The Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday morning, December 8th. I'm James Spann. Pretty quiet weather for the rest of this week. The big question involves the system at the end of the weekend. Will that bring severe weather to the state? Well, let's talk about it. There's a water vapor satellite view. Early this morning, I have a dry air mass in place. Are watching that pretty good wave coming out into the plain states. That might squeeze out a shower near the Tennessee border tomorrow. And you can see that El Nino-enhanced jet stream aimed at the Pacific Northwest. We'll see a lot of rain over the next 5 days. They've already had flooding problems there. Pretty cold to start the day. Look at Haleyville, 29. Fort Payne, 30. Coleman, 32. But it's that time of the year where you need a good warm jacket in the morning, and you can lose it pretty quickly, as we'll be back up in the 60s today. Around the nation, temperatures are cool, but not really cold at all for December for many places. No sign of any true Arctic air. On the watch warning map, some patchy fog over the eastern half of the nation. Other than that, things are quiet. We do note some flash flood watches and warnings back in the Northwest U.S. with that jet stream slamming in there. Hey, convective outlook on day 5. We got a severe weather risk. Day 5 is Saturday for parts of East Texas and Southeast Oklahoma. There is no risk defined beyond that on into Sunday, but we'll be watching for signs of strong storms here. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Sunday morning at 6 o'clock. The big numbers to the west, and then if you go out 7 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week, you can see some pretty decent amounts over Alabama, especially the northwestern part. That's suggesting 2 inches for northwest Alabama, lighter amounts to the south and east. Let's take it day by day. Today at noon, the GFS, the 06Z run at 500 millibars. You can see the trough over the central part of the nation, but we're dry. We'll expect a good supply of sunshine today. Highs probably mid-60s. And again, we should be, based on averages, in the upper 50s. Of course, there's no such thing as normal weather. We all know that. You can look at averages. Tomorrow, you can see that little trough passing north of us, and that just might squeeze out a shower over North Alabama. This is the high-resolution NAM at noon tomorrow, and you can see it's got evidence of a few showers, mainly north of Interstate 20, so I think we're going to insert that in the forecast. There's going to be very little moisture to work with. Most places stay dry, but we will mention that now, a small chance of a shower, at least isolated showers tomorrow afternoon. And the high tomorrow will be maybe a tad cooler with low 60s. Thursday, looking good. A good supply of sunshine. Mid-60s are likely. Maybe upper 60s in spots. And this is Friday. We'll stay dry. Pretty good breeze kicks in out of the south. And how about lower 70s? That's about 5 degrees away from record highs. Same thing Saturday as the weekend begins. The GFS is spitting out a high of 73 based on model output statistics. About 15 degrees above average, 5 away from record levels. Showers break out west of the state, and this is Sunday. And you can see that big trough axis west of the state. Below that, a deep surface low is pretty far north of us, north of Green Bay, Wisconsin, 982 millibars with a trailing band of showers and storms coming in here. And if this is right, I don't think we have any severe weather. There certainly could be some thunder, but Sunday looks kind of wet if this verifies. Now, let's look at the European. There's the trough Sunday evening at 6 o'clock at 500 millibars. Down below that, it's got the surface low a little farther south. And then, by the way, this is Sunday night at midnight, 12 a.m. Monday. Surface low is at Chicago, 980 millibars, a little farther south than the GFS. And again, it's got a squall line coming through here. The European a little slower. The one thing we note is a dew point surge. Dew points are up in the 60s. This is Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. And that is certainly supportive of strong storms. This is supportive of strong storms. The wind fields are screaming. The low-level jet, about 5,000 feet off the ground, those winds are in excess of 65 knots in the core of that thing. So if some of that is transported down to the surface with the storms, we could clearly see some strong wind gusts, maybe some damaging winds in a few spots. But this is the limiting factor, the instability, the surface-based cape. This is valid Sunday evening at 6 o'clock off the European, and there's just not much there. But we all know it doesn't take a lot to get things going. So we'll just, again, mention the chance of strong storms Sunday or Sunday night. And we'll fine-tune that risk. With every passing day, we'll have a higher confidence level on the threat. All right, let's go on out to next week. Let's see, this is Wednesday of next week. I think this will be our next rain event. Monday and Tuesday of next week will be cool and dry with highs back in the 50s. And this is Wednesday, another deep surface low over Duluth, Minnesota, with a trailing front and a band of showers, maybe some thunder coming in here. So for next week, we should be dry Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, the next chance of rain. And this is the following day, Thursday the 17th. Pretty broad troughing to the west, but we're dry. And again, seasonal. Check out temperatures off the ensemble. You can see the warmth this week. And again, for Friday and Saturday, there's a real chance we could see low 70s on those 2 days. And then next week, noticeably cooler, and especially toward the end of next week, highs around 50 and lows around freezing by the 18th and 19th. And as we get out toward Christmas, it looks seasonal with highs in the upper 50s. Again, this is the CFS temperature anomaly look December 23rd through December 28th, basically centered on Christmas. And if you're looking for a big Arctic surge and snow and all that, that's just not looking that way. This is suggesting temperatures above average for much of the nation, the exception out west. And again, I think that'll be the theme this winter. A lot of snow for the Rockies, but for the east with this El Nino pattern, temperatures probably above average a good bit of the time. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening, on the live stream at the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.